Alright everybody, this is Tony at Our Cabin in the Woods, and today I'm going to start the process. I've got to clean the fireplace out and then clean the chimney. Last year, it's been 5 years, well actually 4 years of using it, and this past year I noticed that the flame was harder to keep going, and I know it was dirty. And last year I just don't want in the middle of winter, didn't want to go up there and clean it all out. And so anyway, this is what we've got. This is a North Star fireplace, has a blower system on it, works really good. This fireplace, the first year we had it, and it was 0 degrees outside, and it heated this whole house, and it was 90 degrees in here. I had to open up the windows. It got too hot. I can't handle it to being that hot. And what I have is on my wall, I got my thermostat up there. And what I done was, Willow, back up, honey. What I would do is when it would reach, this has a separate blower circuit. It kicks on when it gets a certain temperature. And when it got real hot in here, I've got a thermostat on that fireplace that I can turn on fan, and it's real low, real low speed fan. And so I'd make it circulate the air that was in here throughout the whole house. So during wintertime, I have electric heat. I want it that way just because I have this fireplace. I don't need gas for that. The only thing gas is, it goes to our, my wife wanted a gas stove. So that's what we've got. And we've got electric heat. We use the heat very brief sometimes just to take the chill out. It doesn't get that cold in this house. Right now it was 30, I think it was high 30s. And I can zoom in right now, and I think you can see it. That thermostat, it shows to be 69 in here. To me, I love that temperature. I'm fine with that temperature. Even my wife, we both don't like being hot all the time. But anyway, this is what we've got. Here's the fireplace. Both doors opened up. And let me get a flashlight in here. Let me zoom that out a little bit. And I'll show you. I know you'll be able to see it. I've seen it. I put my hand up there and I touched it all the way up in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can hear it, the draft. But it's dirty. It is dirty. You can definitely see it back there in that corner. What's going to happen is this first baffle that's right here, this first one, I believe you can take all of them out. I think the first one and the second one, that screw right there, and now those screw right there, those two come out, and then this baffle will push over to the right, and then this side drops down, both sides drop down, and then that baffle comes out that's up in here. And then when that baffle comes out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up. There's that baffle's right there. That, I guess that's white color right there. There's a baffle and a cloth up there. Well, and then this front trim piece comes out also, right there. When we do it, we'll show you. I've never taken one apart. I've found a couple of videos, but they really weren't pertaining to this. But saying that, the dog's playing with my shoe. I know, I see you there. She just told me hi. Anyway, they're all basically the same thing. Same systems. They all talk about taking out those screws or clips. Pull those baffles all over, and then you drop that whole thing down. And then I'll go up on the roof, take the chimney cap off. I've got a sweep already. I just bought a brand new one. I'll sweep the whole thing straight down. So anyway, let's get... they tell you also to do one thing, to spray those joints with that right there, those other ones that's right here. To spray them with WD-40 or rust penetrant, I guess, so it slides out easier, because those poles, those pieces, those tubes slide over, and then this side drops down and you pull them out. Alright, what we got to do first is right here is this little bolt we got to take loose. A while ago I sprayed this joint, that joint, both ends to loosen up, but as I was messing with it, I can tell I'm not going to really need it because they were already pretty loose. So we'll go ahead and take that out of there. That screw comes out pretty easy. I mean, the way they were talking, I thought it'd be really hard, and so far we're looking pretty easy on this. All right, it tells you to take that out. That has a little notch to it. Right there, you can see it's got like a little notch that slides in that pipe just perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down there. One thing it did say to do first, and I didn't do it, it says to take this front piece out, pull it out, and rotate it down. So I'm gonna try to see how that happens. Oh, there it is. You lift it up and down. All right, I got it. I'll show you here in a second. When we get back, let me go. I got my wheelbarrow in the house to collect all this debris. When I get that pulled out, I'll show you. Yeah, look at this down here. Look at that. That just fell out because I just moved this whole panel forward. This pad and everything's right here, has to come out. Look at it come out the back side. It's just filling up right there. Look at it all. Watch this. I'll shake it. All full. Willow, of course, is right here. She's, look at this. Willow, are you trying to help? Yeah. I can't go nowhere with her, without her. She's always around me. Anyway, all right, let's, to me, it said that you don't need to pull out one of the pipes, but I am going to do two. And the big reason is the way it's so full of that creosote, it looks like, I'm afraid if I tilt it forward to try to slide it out of here, I'm going to make a big mess. And if I pull this other one out, I can drop it down more level and then set it in my, set it inside my wheelbarrow. Like I said, I moved the wheelbarrow into the house. I didn't want to take a chance of trying to carry this all the way across the floor. And I'm on that second one right here right now is where I'm at. I didn't want to take a chance of dirtying up my floors. I got wood floors. Sorry it's a little dark. It's the only light I got, the flashlight, but I can tell that this is loose. This is going to slide real easy. And I noticed in some models these pipes are different. One's got more tubes than the other. And I've already taken my wire brush on this, like this one here, I rubbed it right here, and on that back one, I rubbed it back here. So I'm going to try to take this out, which it does. There's the second one. All right, I'm going to take this all the way out, and I'm going to carry it to my wheelbarrow. And then they say to do the same thing, slide this out and do the same thing. And I'm just going to drop this down because there's nothing holding this up anymore. So I'm going to try to drop it straight down. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't see up this way, so I'm going to shine the light and look at the video after. But there it is. That is bad. Really bad. Look at that. That is, that's in my wheelbarrow. There's a ceramic mat that's down under here, and then there's this fiber mat, and then there's that clump on top. That, it sticks up about 6 inches, that pile. Now I just, I'm going to go head up on the roof and do that, and then I'll get back in the fireplace and clean that out. Alright everybody, I'm up here on the roof of my house. I just took the cap off, which is right there. Only reason why I couldn't videotape it, we've got massive winds. It's bad, so you probably won't even be able to hear my voice that well. And I'm kind of like holding on. But anyway, we got the cap off. I took these side screws out. There's 5 of them all the way around. You can see the base of the screen. It's laying there upside down right now. So anyway, there's that. We've got that there. And I'm going to go ahead and raise up my brush. I'm going to put the phone down, the camera down real quick. And let me grab this brush. And I'm not looking through the camera, so hopefully we're doing it. But what you got to do is you got to aim that in there. And you're going to go up and down with it. All the way down. And clean it out. I know right now my poor dog is going absolutely nuts probably. She does not like me on the roof. And there's nobody home. It's kind of hard to see in here, but I can see stuff flying around. So let's go up and down. We'll keep going here. Each one of these sections are 5 foot. They screw on. Each one of these I hand tighten with a wrench. Well, there's a pair of pliers and a pair of vice grips. So they don't unscrew. They unscrew. Here's your threaded area. I just didn't want to lose it going down in the hole. So I'm going to shut this down. It's hard to hold on to, and it feels like it's getting hard to push up and down, so I may be getting down where it's really plugged up. And we'll continue here in a minute. I have a 45-degree angle that's in there, and I'm at that point, and I'm actually going to come on down and see what it looks like, what we've got in here. Turn on this light here, and let's open this up and see what we've got. We have knocked down a bunch more, a whole bunch more really. Oh yeah. But I'm gonna have to go up this direction to catch the rest and then scrape all that out. But I do have a spot that I've got to get, and that angle is 45 degrees is where I've got to hit. So I need to push pretty hard onto that. But you can see, I mean, I haven't cleaned this spot yet. We're not there, but you can see more stuff I've knocked down that's come on out. Quite a bit of stuff right there. So that's pretty bad. That's after what I've already taken out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get back up on the roof again and continue hitting on that. It is very windy. I can't use the camera up there. I did try. It's just too much to hold on to, and try to do that with that wind. So I'm just going to leave the camera down here, and I'll be up there, and we'll be back here in a little bit. All right, I'm back in the house. I started to stick this up in here, and let's try to get some, clean this out some. You can see what's in there falling out. I should be actually past that point I was a while ago when I came from upstairs down, from the chimney up, because the when I measured it, I have these lengths I have are 5 foot each. I have 20 foot from the chimney to about where I'm at right now, and I should be hitting it. There's nothing more falling. It's all just right here. All right. It actually kind of looks pretty good. I'm going to flip the camera up that way, and hopefully you can see it. Kind of looks pretty good. I'm going to get a mirror and I'm going to look up there. Now I am going to do the rest of the whole fireplace. All that will get done. I'll check out what that feels like in there. I may have to go up there with my hand. I will see. Anyway, all right, there's that. All right, here we go. Looks really clean. That surface that you see that looks like it's full of stuff, but it's smooth. It's stained on the metal. I'm gonna hit it again with some wire brush. Gonna pull the fire brick out, clean up back there. But look at that pile. That's crazy. That's just in the fireplace, up in the chimney. I'll try to shoot a shot up there. It looks pretty good. Okay, I thought I had the camera running and I didn't. But well, let's see here. This ceramic board that goes in right here, and then that had that. It's like insulation. It's a fiber, I guess, like for fire retardant. That's on top. It tells you to make sure that you have it all the way pushed back, seated against the back, same as that fiber insulation. And this screw, hopefully I had that little hole showed on you. Let me see here. There's a little hole. I can't see if I'm getting it. There's a little hole in this pipe. It's right here. And that has a little thing that sticks out. You stick it in a hole, and there's a bolt on it. It's a little screw. It kind of locks it in its spot. Real dark, lighting's terrible, I know. I was going to hook up my big light I had, but I tried it with the camera and it kind of blinded the camera. That was worse. So then you just go ahead and tighten this down. So all the tubes, I've cleaned everything out. I was going to pull the fire brick out, and I started reading. And the reason I was going to pull the fire brick out, because it's called a snap disc. And it pertains to kicking the fan on and off. And last year I noticed a couple times, all right, it's Allen head, and I'm going to tighten it down now. I'm just snugging it up. I took out this one also to make sure, the third one back, to make sure it did not have no stuff in it, and it was clear. I cleaned these out. It had just a little dust, and I cleaned that one out. It had a little dust. But I got all these snugged up. It's all tightened up, done. That's all put back together. Now what's next is this front plate. And you see this tab. There's one on this side, one on the other. I believe what happens is, and hopefully you can see it with this light, I'm going to do a flashlight, it has to go on the back side of that tube, both sides. So I'm lifting them both up. I've got them tilted really big, and what I'm going to have to do is pick this board up that's in here. See, I can't do it with the camera there. I'm going to have to pick this board up and slide it. You spin this around, and it slides and catches it. Now, I'll try to show you here in a second. Got to make sure it's in there all the way. Okay. Okay, what happens is this, remember that little tab I showed you? It's right here on the other side of this. It actually, and you can see how this ceramic board lays in it. Kind of holds everything in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better. There's the other tab. If you've seen it just now, that tab was on the wrong side. That tab's going to be on the other side, which pushes all of this to the back as far as it goes. And it is. And everything's set in there really good. I'm feeling up in here, seeing how everything feels. And everything, nothing feels kinked. Everything feels tight. So we're good. Everything's nice and good. So anyway, what I was trying to say, that snap disc. On the snap disc, it controls the fan. When it reaches a certain temperature, the fan kicks on, and you can leave it on automatic just like that. And when you're sleeping at night, the fan will still be running. And when the system cools off, you can just leave it alone, and when it cools off the temperature, it kills the power to the fan. I can have the fan when I go to bed, and if I stoke it up and put wood in it, sometime between 11 and midnight, sometime around 4 in the morning, I hear this fireplace shut down, the fan shut off. And so if I really was to get up middle of the night and go to the bathroom, whatever, I can throw some more wood in there if it's real cold, like we did last year for a week. We were cold. I had this thing burning 24 hours a day, and it was great. I mean, when it comes wintertime and it's cold all the time, say in the 30s to all the time, I'll have this thing running all day long, and the heater never ever comes on. It can come on if it wants, but it doesn't do it. It works great, and all you need is firewood. All right, I said a little while I was going to remove the fire brick, and I couldn't do it. Well, I could have, but I did some checking, and it said that the reason why I was going to remove it was it's called a snap disc that makes the fan come on, and the fan was staying on longer or not shutting off or sometimes not coming on. And I thought maybe it was because there could have been a lot of ash underneath the fire brick, and I started pulling up one of the pieces of fire brick and there was nothing there. It was just right to the bottom, so there was no need to go any further. So I went ahead and got online and looked around, and they talked about this sensor. It's known to go bad or be real sensitive to check your connections and stuff like that. So I am actually going to go do that. It's supposed to be down and underneath in here. All right, there. Okay, I took out a screw that's right here, and there's another one all the way over here on the very right. I'm taking that out now. It's Allen head. Take this out of here. All right, we're out. That faceplate should fall off. It does. And then this piece down here that we have, what we see right here, all this mechanism stuff, all has to do with extra air for pre-start. This is just for starting this thing up. All right, now we need to see where this snap disc is. They say it's easy to get to, and I believe, well, you can't see it. My hand ain't gonna get to it. I believe it's right there. I think it's right back there. I'm gonna stick this headlight in here and see if I can't see a little bit more. I'm going to remove this trim and see what's back there. See if I can't see more. I can't get my hand in there. It's got to be able to get to it. So there's another trim piece. All right. I got that plate out of there. It was a little booger to get out. You do have a lot more room to put your hand in. And it's directly back here. It's like directly in the middle of the fireplace, straight up. I've got my hands on the wires. It looks like they have spade connectors. I'm just gonna slide it on and off. Make sure they're good. They are on there. I can feel it. It's down there. Very hard to see. I know I won't be able to even get a camera in it to look, but it's you might be able to see some wires right there that's going in there. That goes straight up, and it's directly back there, probably about the length of my hand back. There's the two blower motors. They work good. So anyway, all right, now one thing I do want to do is this mechanism. I did want to go ahead and just lube it up, throw some silicone on it. This is the timer. It's very hard to hear. It sounds like a time bomb. It sounds like something ticking away. I'm just putting a little silicone on here. Sometimes during the year it sticks. It's hard to move them together. You can, once you pull this top lever that I have right here in my hand, once you pull this lever to the left, all the way over like this one, they're both over. Right now we're ticking. I know you can't hear it, but this lever will actually start to move backwards this way. And then when it stops moving, then the pre-burn is done. It's on a timer, and then you're completely on this lever here, which you can go in and out. See the major difference you can go here with this, in and out. Now I want to find that slide. I want to lube that too. All right, I got this slide working really good. I mean, it feels really good now. It was probably pretty dry when I first we first bought the house, because it feels really good right now when it gets sitting in there. This one here, we can't touch. It's done. It's going through its clicking motion, and it's still going. And actually will end up happening this right here. This stop will hit up against here, so it goes that way and it shoves this handle back. But that stop that you see, this part is the timer, and this rotate over and hit this stop. Or I'm backwards. This here is the slider that's going to go over and hit there. Completely, I'm backwards on that one. This here will go on over, slide, and hit it. That's it there. But all that mechanism inside is all redone. It's lubed, looks good. We should be good. I know when they talk to you about putting in these motors that you've got to, they tell you not to put brick in front of the fireplace because this whole fascia comes off. I hope I don't ever have to take this off. Anyway, I don't know if I ever showed you guys, and I don't. This is our fireplace. I built it. Take this back. The fireplace was installed by a guy that does fireplaces, where I bought them at. I'm not messing with them. They came in. I built the frame for this whole thing, all the way through the roof. I built it all. And then the company came in, set the fireplace on these bricks. They get it all set up, set everything else up, and then I went to town. I did all the rocking. I could say my wife helped out too. She helped me. We laid it on the floor. I had 2 days to get the rock on the fireplace because the stainer people, people that stain, were going to be here on a certain day. And when they stained, I wanted them to put a clear coat on the rock. I had this type of rock on my other house, and it kind of dulled up, so I wanted to put the clear on there to bring it out. So I did this. I think we had 3 days, and I spent 2 days. There was one day that I was up when I was still working when my wife was going to work the next morning. And I think it was around 7 in the morning is when I finished. And then the people came on in. That mantle came from the logging company. I picked it out, or my wife and I picked it out. I always say but my wife's involved 100%. You know, it don't work just one way. You know that. Happy wife, happy life. But we picked that out. And then this fireplace, all the way to the roof, all the way up, every bit of this. Everything you see right here, I've done. All of it. Framed it straight through. It's funny, the guy that did the trim work, all my trim work, he asked me, he goes, "Hey, who did your fireplace?" And I said, "I did." He goes, "You know, these boards," he goes, you are an 1/8 inch off. He's talking about the gap that goes between there and there. He goes, "It's a perfect match." I offset our fireplace to give our living room more room, and for the fireplace to be on the back side of the roof, the chimney. So, and he says, "You're 1/8 off." He said, "How the heck did you manage to do 1/8 off on a building that was just all truss and frame?" Because while they were raising this, I was building this. I mean, you know, what I ended up using was a lead weight on a string, and went from the roof, dropped it straight down, and marked the ground where everything needed to sit. And then from there, I just started watching. Everything was lasered, and that's what we got. That's it, though. It's 100%. Other than the fireplace, other than the staining, the trim work, pretty cool. Like it. Look at this. Miss Lazy over here. Willow, what are you doing? Are you sitting in my chair? Huh? What are you doing? Are you a good girl? Are you shy all of a sudden? Yeah? Are you shy? All right, well, I'm going to go reverse. I'm going to go ahead and put all this back together again. You need to see that. And we'll touch when we're done putting this all together. All right, everybody, the fireplace is complete. It's cleaned. It's done. I got the chimney swept out. The cap is clean. Down here, the whole entrance area is cleaned out. The areas where the air gets fresh air, this fireplace gets fresh air for two places. One for the chimney to stay cool because it burns so hot. The second, it has a small little knob down the bottom right hand corner. And it has a 6-inch size pipe that goes all the way outside. It draws air into the fireplace. This fireplace is a closed fireplace. Blows hot air out of here. Extremely hot air. But anyway, we've got it cleaned out. I took the doors, opened them up, went up inside, took all the tubes out, and took the baffle out, cleaned everything up there. It was a mess. The amount of creosote, dirt, dust, whatever you want to call it, can fit in the average size coffee can, Maxwell. So I'm talking, what are they, 8, 10 inches tall or somewhere in there, or a foot tall, 12 inches. It's the big one. That's where I put them in, and that's bad, and that there will burn a house down. So what I could say is I could have burned this house down, and it could have been this year. Who knows? It's just bad. I need to do it more often. I will be now. More maintenance to it. We'll do that. Next time around, I'll replace that baffle mat. That's pretty brittle. I didn't damage it, but I can tell that the more you take it out, the more it's going to weaken. And so I'll just order that up next time and just have it so I have it and won't get stuck without it. We did clean everything out. I took that bottom piece. Oh, my adult beverage is in the way. Sorry about that. Matter of fact, I need a sip. Okay, well, that was good. Anyway, we took that low grill out, and I lubricated all the levers that's in here. This is your fresh air. This is like, you would call that like your dampener, okay? This is also, when you start it, you're gonna grab both of these together, and you're gonna move them, slide them on over as far as they both go. This will go about right here. That's a timer. That times on itself. You can hear it ticking away back there. What that is it actually gives it just a lot more air to fire off your fireplace, and then you're on your own as far as using this knob right here for shutting it down. When we go to bed, 90% of the time it's running probably about 50%. When I go to bed, I'll take it here and move it about another inch, and I leave it alone. This is the permanent front fresh air. That's open. That is, you must have that on to run your fireplace. So anyway, it's clean, completely clean. The tubes are clean. Everything looks great. Fireplace looks good. I can't wait. This is now, today's Wednesday, and I think tomorrow night we get rain. Friday night we're getting rain, and I think it's supposed to be in the mid 40s. And Friday and Saturday I think it starts to warm up, but I'll probably go ahead and fire this thing up on Friday during the daytime, somewhere around there, just to try it, hook it up, see how it goes, make sure everything goes good. But that's it, man. Everything looks great. We're done. I am so happy I got that thing done. Too windy today to be up on a roof. It was very windy when I first went up there. It's calmed down a little bit this time of day. It usually does, but it was pretty scary up there. Anyway, okay, well look, if you all like this video, hit the subscribe button if you would please, and hit the thumbs up. It gives you notifications of my next video. Any comments, please leave behind, and share this video with people. Share them with everybody as much as you can. Help me get going here. I'm trying on it, trying to get going there, and we'll see what we can end up at. And I appreciate a couple of comments I've gotten. And that's great. A couple of informational things I needed to know, and good deal. So, all right, y'all great. Have a great day, and take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.